All right, in this video I'm going to be talking about the eBay setup and the Baidu setup. Both of these stocks are at a key pivot point, but both of them need to show a lot of power and strength at the key levels, and I will explain more details that are not written in this chart, so pay attention fully to the video. All right, so here we go, people. eBay is set up to test 35 to 36 on the low end, to 37 to 39 area on the high end. That will depend on how well this confirms. Yeah, so this stock has a lot of potential. You can make a lot of money with the options. I mean, again, if this confirms, I can't stress high enough how I see this as a good setup. But we're at a point we've got to show the power and pressure. And until it does, it could be stuck in chop. So remember what I'm telling you now. Now, let's look at the plan in detail. All right. So we want strong confirmation is key, all right, at this point, at this key pivot point, okay? Because it's at a key pivot point, we've got good time frame alignment as long as we start showing the power and showing the power soon, within the next week or so, right? Could happen tomorrow, can happen in a few weekdays from now. The point is we need to wait for the proper confirmation to engage, or else you're wasting your time. eBay can chop around. We want to see the right power and pressure. The March 17 32 calls could be used, and we're going to go over the options as well. All right, so let's talk to what we need. eBay needs to break above 3260 on some strong action volume. Now, strong action volume is 2 million on the low end on a 10-minute chart. So at least I want to see 2 million. That's the low end of it. If they happen to give more than that, that's even better, right? But 2 million on the low end. And that means I don't want to see less than that. If we see less than that, basically, we're going to watch this base above 3260 and look for power towards 33 to 33.25. I want to see both volume and price action. This stock needs both. We need strong volume and strong volume and price action to get a sustainable move higher. And if this moves, these targets can make some good money. Low end being 35, being that it doesn't break out with the 100% with the volume and thing. But still, if you got 32 calls and you happen to get in, they'll make more than 100% just hitting 35, and of course 300% hitting in the 37 to 39 area, right? Which is possible. This stock, is kind of wound up and ready. It's a matter of, do they really have what it takes to send it higher? Is the power and pressure going to come in? And plus, we have the options that are trading, that's still not aware of it. So I'll explain you another issue here. But let's go take a look at the options in the meantime, people. All right, so here at the Yahoo Finance, eBay closed today at 32.03 today for February the 6th. And here I have the March 17 option calls up. And let's take a look at this. So the 32 calls right now, you can see there's some interest in here. Not a big deal, but there's about 1,792. Not a lot of trading happening, but you can see we have a good spread, right? Now, one could use, if they want, the 33 calls, right? Because they're trading very well, and the 31 calls. You can see that there is not a lot of trading happening. The most trading that happened today was in the 33 calls. Well, even in the 35 calls, but those are really far out, right? And I think the most money, if you want to get it within, be honest with you, at least you want to use the 32 calls or the 31 calls, to minimize, to give yourself a chance of being profitable no matter what, right? Because, again, confirmation will be key. I can't stress that enough. Pay attention to my videos. Let's go take a look at Baidu now. All right, people, so here we're with Baidu. So a lot of internet stuff, Yahoo, Baidu, eBay, they look solid. They look like they want to go higher. However, they're all at key pivot points and they need to confirm. I've been talking about this stock since this day here, okay? Back in January. It's failed to confirm. It's been chopping. That's why now we can buy these options. These options cost a lot more money. We're going to go over the options and everything, people, but confirmation is key and keeps us out of stocks of the chop. Since this day here, right? Basically, that's what it's January the 19th. This has failed to confirm my plans. I've posted a few other plans for Baidu. We've never confirmed, but today we had the right kind of action. I like the way it closed. However, it still needs to show us the power, the pressure. Okay, it has to confirm. This is not a game. This is got to take this serious business. We don't get the right action, we don't enter. Listen, my last two trades, Kara and AMD, big winners. But you want to know something? They confirmed with power and pressure. Comprende, people. Study and listen to every word I say in these videos. All right, now. So Baidu is set up to test 190 to 195. But confirmation will be key. I will explain in great detail. Now we can use the February 17 180 calls or 185 calls. Isn't that great? Look at that. February. On my other plans, we had the February 10. They went to nothing, right? So anybody who went with the options or tried to make money in Baidu didn't make any money. But you know what? It's ready again. But you want to know something? Again, what I keep telling people. I don't care how bullish I like. I don't care if I like anything. The key is confirmation. My numbers confirmation system has proved itself over and over again. Just like FCX and GM, stocks that failed to confirm when it went lower or chopped themselves lower. All right, now, Baidu needs to break above 179 on some strong action volume. Strong action volume is 500K on a 10-minute chart. Okay, now, if we don't see that kind of volume as we break above 179, then this needs to base above 179, and we're gonna need to look for volume and power through 181. And if we don't get the volume and power through 181, then it's going to be through 182.5 to 183. So they're different levels. Okay, I will mention if there's a confirmation, but honestly, we need this stock here. I know for a fact if they're going to really want to test this 190, 195, we need to break above certain levels with volume, and we don't know which one, right? So the 179 is the early entry, but only if we get the volume. If not, we need to see basing above 179 and look for how it can bust above 181. And if it doesn't do bust above 81 with any some sort of strength and power and volume, then we'll watch it base above 181, look for power through 182. To 182.5. The key is we need both volume and power and pressure. Okay, so understand that. And 500K again is what I want to see if I want to get in the 179 area. If not, it's a no-go. Let's go take a look at the options, people. All right, so this is Baidu. It's February the 6th, and we closed at 177.81. And let's take a look at the February 17 calls. Okay, that I've talked about for the options. All right, the 187, the 180. So here's the 180 calls, and they're trading at $2. And now I can show you about a week or so or more ago they were trading a lot more expensive, right? So these are trading very well. So you can use the 180s or 185s. Okay. Now this does have spreads. I think it's because they didn't trade it so well, but there's good interest in the 185s. They seem to be the spreads. Are tighter here. They do tighten. We want to look for a tighter spread than that. I think that the spread, the way they closed it, is misleading. I'm pretty sure that if Baidu is serious in moving, the spreads won't be more than 20 cents apart. So remember one thing: if we hit in confirmation and we're not having the proper spreads, you want to wait for the spreads to level out and for it to base, especially if there's not the volume. You want to make sure you see the right kind of power and pressure key numbers before jumping in with options. It'll save you a lot. And one tip I tell people is make sure the spreads are reasonable. When they're unreasonable, usually that's because the stock is going to chop a lot. When it gets reasonable and it wants to confirm, the spreads always tighten up. Okay, so I think 20 cents, more than a 20-cent spread, really I honestly think the 10-cent spread is something that the stock does when it's serious in trading those options. Okay, and we might get that. That could change tomorrow. That could change a couple of days from now. But for now, on this plan, February 17 is plenty of time for this to make a move, because Baidu, when it wants to move, makes a move. All right, people. So listen to this video carefully on the confirmation levels. Okay, there's skill involved. In order to minimize your losses and maximize your gains, you need to wait for the proper confirmation. My numbers and volumes, it's all for a reason, because what I'm seeing of the history of the stock, you're not seeing what I'm seeing, and what I'm seeing is beyond what most people see. All right, people, let me show you something else here. All right, if you like my plans, check out, subscribe to to see all my plans. Just subscribe. It's very good for you to subscribe. Everything's very well organized here on Power Target Trades. But you want to know something too? I got a great link, and there's great information for you to learn and study and improve. You want to be a winner. You want to study. You want to listen to my words. You'll see it time and time. You want to be a follower of Power Trick or Trade on Twitter. Let me show you my website here. Let's click on this here, people. Here's the website loading up. Isn't that nice? Look at that video background over there. Isn't that nice? Oh, that's just beautiful. I like that. All right. Power Target Trades website here. Confirmation is key. See that, people? But you know what? Isn't this nice here? This is nice water here. But see this video. If you haven't seen this, see this video. It kind of shows you the details and plans I make with the options. And this is exactly what happened. Google 300% gains in 3 days. Apple 200% gains in 4 days. So check out that video. Also check the Cynics video. Cynics was something that happened recently. Really great, really huge move. 300% gains in the options in about a week, in about 7 days. It took a little longer, but these were actually done with monthly calls, by the way. The monthly calls that achieve these gains. Yeah, you heard that right. Monthly calls. Yeah. And then, of course, the SPY thing back in February 11th, when the market was hugely bearish. Oh man, you want to see the power? You want to see something amazing? You got to see this video. Greater than 300% gains in the SPY, while 95% were bearish. Yep, that's right, people. You heard that right. All right, people. Power Target Trades here. Power Trick or Trade. Sandro here. Look, don't forget to subscribe. You're gonna see this Power Trick or Trade, Sandro. You're gonna see it in a circle format over here. Simply click on that to subscribe, and you'll easily subscribe. It's gonna show up at the end of the video here. Thanks for listening. Like the video.